जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज रज रंजन यमुना वनचारी दयोराध माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज रज रंजन यमुना वनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरदारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज रज रंजन यमुना वनचारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा माधव की जय बेंगलुरेश्वर की जय गंधर्विका गंधर्विका बेंगलुरेश्वर की जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा की जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय गौर निताई की जय जगत गुरु शील प्रभुपाद की जय. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 18th chapter, 14th sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Rasayo dudurdevyam Indreyasha atasatmam Vatasam brasvatim kritim Pyaschandomyam suchi Rasayo dudurdevyam Indreyasva atasatam Vatsam brasmatim kritim Paya chadomayam suchi Rasoyo dudirdevyam Indreyasva atat Vatsam brasmatim kritim Pyasam chandomem suchi. Anyone would like to recite? Only one person is there. Santosh, are you comfortable? Santosh? Anyone? Okay, I'll go ahead. Word to word meaning and translation and purport by his Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rahasya, the great sages, Dudum, milked, Devim, the earth, Indreshu, in the senses, Atha, then, Tatam, O Vidura, Vatsam, the calf, Brahspatim, the sage Brahaspati, Kratva, making, Paya, milk, Chandamayam, in the form of Vedic hymns, Suchi, pure. Translation. All the great sages transformed Brahaspati into a calf and making the senses into a pot. They milked all kinds of Vedic knowledge to purify words, mind, and hearing. Purport. Brahaspati is the priest of the heavenly planets. Vedic knowledge was received in a logical order by the great sages through Brahaspati for the benefit of human society, not only on this planet, but throughout the universes. In other words, Vedic knowledge is considered one of the necessities for human society. If human society remains satisfied simply by taking grains from the planet Earth, as well as other necessities for maintaining the body, society will not be sufficiently prosperous. Humanity must have food for the mind and ear, as well as for the purpose of vibration. As far as transcendental vibration are concerned, the essence of all Vedic knowledge in the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the Kali Yuga, if this Vedic Maha Mantra is chanted regularly and heard regularly by the devotional process, by Shravanam Kirtanam, it will purify all societies and thus humanity will be happy both materially and spiritually. Namo. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तत्सर्वमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनीति नामिनि नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशाशदेशतारिणि नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिनीति नामिनि नम नामाचार पादाय निताय कृपापदानि गौरकथा दामदय नगरकरम तारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। All the sages, all the great sages transformed Brahaspati into a calf and making the senses into pot. They milked all kinds of Vedic knowledge to purify words, mind, and hearing. So just to give a uh, context basically. So we are going through the Bhagavatam 4th canto, the 18th chapter. So if we go few chapters, basically Maitra Muni is speaking to Vidura. And Vidura is asking questions. And Maitreya Muni is answering to them. Right? And the different threads are there, as you all know. Suta Goswami is speaking the same Bhagavatam to sages of Naimisaranya with the head of Saunakarshi. And also there is a thread that Suta Goswami, Sukadev Goswami speaks to Maharaj Parikshit and many other sages. Now, Sukadev Goswami have heard this Bhagavatam from his father Vyasadeva. And in turn, Suta Goswami has heard this from Sukadev Goswami. And he is in turn reciting this to the sages of Naimisarya. Now, There was a king called Veena. He was cruel king, and he was not taking care of the citizen, is not able to administer properly. So the king, which we are hearing here, Prithu, he is again son of Veena. So he is none other than a partial incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So it is mentioned that he was a Raja Rishi like. As you know, Raja Rishi means he is equally competent in executing the administration like a king. And also, he is a devotee. And where he has to take care of the citizens, and also he is doing devotional service. Similar example comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. Uh, Amrish Maharaj. So how simple Amrish Maharaj was. Though he was a king, he was doing all the devotional service. Even Durvasa Muni, who took up quarrel with him, quarrel in the sense, because I don't want to go in detail, as you all be knowing this, is he was breaking the fast after the Ekadashi. And the right time, Durvasa Muni came in. And king was very happy. And he asked the Durvasa Muni to partake the breaking of the Ekadashi Prasadam, the Dwadashi. But the sage said, I have come with all my disciples, so I'm tired of traveling. I'll take a holy bath and come. Then he said, fine, he was waiting. But he didn't return because there's a Parana time where what to do. Then he asked his priest, and the priest said, you don't have to take food. If you just take 2 drops of water and break it. But some Durvasa Muni was a mistake. Right at the time of taking the water, he came in and he gave him a shop. Shop in the sense of basically he tried to harm him. He sent some devil kind of a thing to harm him. But Amrish Maharaj was very, what do you call them? Because of the devotee, he was silent. He didn't reciprocate with him, praying for Lord Narayan. It so happened that Sudarshan Chakra had to intervene for his protection. Then, he had to go to Brahma, Shiva, then finally Shiva, then Lord Vishnu. Then he had to come back and beg forgiveness from Amrish Maharaj. A similar way is King Prithu. He is a partial incarnation of Lord Vishnu, and he is a very, what you call, is a combination of piety, pious, as well as executive strength. And this Vidura is asking to Maitreya Muni, what happened, why the earth was not giving profuse grains, what happened and all. So through that, in the previous verse also, you must have gone through. And basically, Prithu was very angry on the Mother Earth. Why are you, we are doing all the yagnas and still you are not giving the grains. He took a bow and arrow and he chased, he wanted to shoot the arrow to the Mother Earth. But the Mother Earth disguised overall as a cow and he started running. And Prithu, he started chasing it, and finally the Mother Earth surrendered as a cow, saying that don't kill me, it is not my mistake. And a lot of verses have been spoken. Then finally, because of his piety and also not only just piety, is a great devotee, excused. Then he asked, "You tell me what to do, if, because my citizens are suffering hunger and they're dying of thirst and hunger." Then she said, "You have to bring a calf, because if you have to milk the cow, you have to bring the calf, and then I can give you profuse milk." So similar verse here. So many people went with a different calf and they milked. But this verse particularly, it says, the sages, all the great sages, transformed Brahaspati. Who's Brahaspati? He's a priest of the gods. All the gods, Guru, Brahaspati, spiritual master. So he became a calf. And the pot to be collected, the milk, is the senses, and milked all kinds of Vedic knowledge. So this is like an analogy. They could be the milk withdrawn, but how we need to understand with this verse is, the milk what is represented here as Vedic knowledge, and it has been withdrawn and nourished to the senses, to the mind and ears, all the senses. Let's see in the purport. Brahaspati is the priest of the heavenly planets, which Prabhupada is mentioning in the detail. Vedic knowledge was received in a logical order by the great sages through Brahaspati for the benefit of human society. So basically, Vedic knowledge is not written by some non-devotee. Vedic knowledge comes in a disciplic succession. As we are from the Brahma Gaudiya Sampradaya, Krishna is told to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, and it is coming to a disciplic succession. And only through the disciplic succession is the real knowledge. Why? Because they don't add or delete, they repeat what has been told by the previous guru. And it is not only in this earth, the planet, it is also in all throughout the universe. This is not the only material planet. There are millions, uncountable of material planets. So what is mentioned here, in other words, Vedic knowledge is considered one of the necessities of the human society. It is not that human society remains satisfied only by taking grains. That only not. Food is required to maintain the body, which is given by the Mother Earth. But we should also have food to the soul. In this current material world, you can see food for the body is given. Why most of the part of the world is suffering? Because there is no food to the soul. So as is mentioned here, human society remains satisfied simply by taking grains from planet Earth, as well as other necessities of maintaining the body. Society will not be sufficiently prosperous by only taking food grains. Humanity must have food for the mind and ear, as well as for the purpose of vibration. That's nothing but chanting of the holy name, the Maha Mantra, reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, or hearing from the previous acharyas. It is the sound vibration is not from this material world. This sound vibration is from the spiritual world. That's why Prabhupada uses often this word transcendental, means beyond the three modes of the nature. So the Maha Mantra is, which has come all the way from the spiritual world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in Kali Yuga, if this Vedic Maha Mantra is chanted regularly and heard regularly by devotional process, Ravanam Kirtan, it will purify all societies and thus humanity will be happy, both materially and spiritually. So one verse I can think of, um, though I cannot repeat the verse, in Bhagavad Gita. Let me see if I, 1 second. Hmm. It is from the chapter of sixth chapter where it is mentioned. um, open the- No, not this one. Sorry. That's hey, basically what it comes is, sorry about it. Uh, that little bit of advancement in Krishna conscious, where it will be carried forward to the next life also. It doesn't mean that, okay, I have enough lifetimes, let me complete 5%, 10%, not like that. So basically, we have to take up to devotional service along with our other activities which we are doing. And so that in case, because this is Arjun asked this question, that's uh, the sixth chapter. What will happen to the yogi who has taken up to meditation, or in our sense, to devotional service? For various reasons, he got attracted back to the material. And what will happen to him? Will he just vanish in the cloud, just like a cloud, or what will happen? So, then that return, Krishna explains that he will be born in a devotee's house, one part, and other one is, or he will be born in an aristocratic family, depending upon at what seriousness he was. So what does it mean? That means he will be given another chance to take up to a devotional activities and continue. So one quotation, what we can take here is from the Bhagavatam itself. Um, Bharat Maharaj. Of course, it is not that we can compare with the, not serious or something, but he was into meditation and the devotional service. He gave away all his kingdom and he came to the forest. But it so happened he got trapped in taking care of a baby deer. And because, while he was passing away, he was only thinking of the mother deer, thinking of the baby deer, that what will happen to this deer, who will take care. So he had to born the next life as a deer. But he had all the consciousness of what activities he has done in the previous life in when he was a king. And he had to take another life called Jada Bharata, where he didn't speak much and he had full of knowledge. So he was given a chance. to complete the activity so that he can go back to the Godhead. A similar way, right? So we are in this material world, we have a lot of activities to be done. So along with those activities, taking care of the family or going to office or business, we have to continue to do that and take up to devotional service, um, chanting of the holy name and visiting temples, listening to Bhagavatam, then doing devotional service, association of the devotees, of all these activities. And one more good part of this is Srimad Bhagavatam, especially which we are going through. Uh, Material miseries are always there. So Krishna has certified this material world is Dukkhalaya Ashashwat. Means always miseries is there and this is temporary. But if you read Srimad Bhagavatam, especially, the it can mitigate the miseries. So we should regularly read Prabhupada books, Srimad Bhagavatam especially. Bhagavad Gita definitely we must have read, and Bhagavatam also. Generally, mass of people do not know this. Mass of people do not know this. So we should take up this knowledge, we should do it, and then spread this to the other people. What is the reason for Vyasadeva being unsatisfied even after writing all the Vedic literatures, Mahabharata, all the Puranas, Upanishad? Because direct glorification of the Lord was not there. So with the direction of his spiritual master, Narada Muni, had to write the Bhagavatam. Especially it directly related to the supreme truth. And it is also glorification of so many devotees. Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad. We spoke about Ambrish Maharaj. Then now we are talking and reading about Prithu. He was a king. Correct? So conditional souls are undergoing unwanted miseries, bewildered by external energy. The only remedial measure for this is given in the Bhagavatam. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, doing devotional service, especially hearing from the pure devotees. End of the day, what is this? We are reviving our lost relationship with the Lord. So we have lost relationship with the Supreme Father. That's why we are suffering. Just like an analogy, sometimes Prabhupada mentioned this. A father takes a child to a, what do you call, to some circus. And the child is enjoying with the father, and also the child is enjoying the foodstuffs there purchased by father, and also he is playing the merry-go-round on everything. It so happened after some time the son misses his father and he got lost in the crowd. Now, some person pacifies the child by giving the same foodstuffs and giving him the same, what do you call, the toys or the merry-go-round to enjoy. But is he enjoying? No. What he needs, his father. As soon as you identify or make announcement and may ensure the the child is connected to his father, he is happy now. So we are also being lost with the Supreme Father, and we think we are enjoying. Actually, we are not enjoying. It is an illusion. So we will be a super enjoy or super happy if we are connected back to our Supreme Lord. With this, we can get to know the many, like Purandadasa also has sung, like the ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಇರುವುದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವುದು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ. Means what? Our house, real house is there, not here. So we have to connect back to the Supreme Father. Every day we have to, it is a long journey. We have to connect to our Supreme Father. And another thing we need to understand, it is not a mechanical process. It is not that, okay, I get up in the morning, I chant 16 rounds, I do devotional service, then I do everything, and I have done so many years, why the Lord is not giving? You can't demand. Process is there. You will get the proper reciprocation from the Lord. How much we surrender, how much the Lord will reciprocate. But it is up to the mercy of the Lord. It is basically what we call, it is the causeless mercy of the Lord who will bestow us the mercy. This is not like an education. I've completed my 10th degree, then I'll get a certificate after the exam. That is also a process. But there, if you do certain things, you will get it by default. But here also you will, but it is the mercy of the Lord. What does it mean? We have to please the spiritual master, and we should also please the Lord. Only when the Lord is satisfied with the sincere effort of the devotee, then the loving transcendental service which the person is doing, then we will be given. Another point we need to understand, the living entity is the eternal servant of Krishna. It is eternal servant. We have to again connect back to him. Then there will be no longer misery for him. And it is not that Prabhupada mentioned, it is not that you will get the result only when you go to the Vaikuntha planet or when you go to Goloka. Prabhupada says the result you'll get it here only. You will get liberated when you are in the material planet itself. Only we have to do the process, and day by day we will see the result. What do you mean by liberation? Liberation doesn't mean always after the death we'll go to the back to Godhead. That is there. That is one part. But liberation is you are free of miseries. You will be happy. But it doesn't mean that I will not fall sick or I'll not have difficulties. Those will be there. Yeah, if you try to take an example of Pandava, very nice example. Pandavas, they were there with Krishna. Were they free from difficulties? No. One after the other. So many difficulties. But the Lord helped them because of their sincere effort, which and also the loving service they which showed to Krishna. In the similar way, we have to also be depend on Krishna. So we have to be committed and depend on him. So he will try to test us on the extreme conditions. So we have to become victorious in those tests what he will. So another example it is mentioned. Gold. Gold is pure. But will you get gold directly? No. It is mixed with the dust. It has to undergo so many processes to get a pure gold. And is tested it through the fire. Then it remains as gold. So it is a similar way we can think of. We have to go through all the experiences, but still be determined in the devotional service. Serve the devotees. Serve the spiritual master. And more important is give Krishna to others. The more you give Krishna to others, the more you will be happy and more you will able to experience the joy. Basically, it is another word it says is joy of giving. In Krishna conscious, there is we need to be happy with joy of giving. Like this month, we already started Kartik month, Damodar month we call. A week ago it started. This is the month of joy of giving. Offering a ghee lamp to the Lord. You can do it at your home. A simple picture of Mother Yashoda and Krishna and offering a ghee lamp to Mother Yashoda and Krishna. Or Radha Krishna, Gaurnita, Jagannath Baladev, Narsimhadev. Then you can invite your neighbors, invite your friends, or invite them to our temple. Every evening we have 7:30 Damodar Aarti. It mentions in the Shastra that anyone who offer a ghee lamp to Damodar, he doesn't have to go to the hellish planet. He's been saved. That pious credit of more than the pious it is. So as you all know, there are three accounts, right? One is the pious, that is a mode of goodness, whatever I do. Then that is karma, vikarma, akarma. Karma is all activities which you have done, which have helped others, giving food, clothes, and all. And second one is vikarma, which all bad activities where we get sinful reactions, and then akarma. So what you do all for in Krishna conscious devotional service is all akarma. It is stored. Karma and vikarma will increase and decrease, but akarma is always increasing. How do you define akarma? Any activities you do for the pleasure of the Lord or pleasure of your previous acharyas or helping another person or a group of people to take up Krishna consciousness. This is all akarma. So many activities Prabhupada has given for us to get engaged and increase our karma. So I'll stop here. So if anyone is there online, I see only Santosh. Um, if you have any questions, let me know. Santosh, you are there, you can unmute. Okay. The closing takeaway points today is, apart from the food grains, food we take it to our body, it nourishes. But more important, food for the soul is important. And once once we are able to do the yajna, please the Lord, then we will be fully nourished, the body, mind, and soul. And take up to the chanting of the holy name, Ma Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Especially Shravanam, Kirtanam, the major of our devotional service starts from Shravanam, that is hearing. And final point, Damodar Mass, take it seriously. I mean, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then offering ghee lamp, and also most important is joy of giving. Invite people to the temple, home, ask them also offer a ghee lamp, or else you can also tell them to offer in their houses, then guide them. Okay, let's once again chant Hare Krishna mantra and I will close. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you. Santosh, are you there? Do you have any questions? Hope I was audible. You're the alone in the session. Okay. I'll be closing. Thank you. Bye. Hare Krishna.